Abel Tesfaye, you bring your ass to the stand right now. And if y'all don't know who that is The Weeknd, who stars in the newest film, Hurry Up Tomorrow, which was released in theaters over the weekend. I went to the theaters to go see it. So before I get started, I do want to mention that this film is directed by Trey Andrew Schultz. If you have not seen his previous film, Waves, I encourage you to please go see this film. I say that not just because I think this film makes better use of showcasing his talents as a filmmaker, but because I think this film would be a better use of your time watching Hurry Up Tomorrow. Hurry Up Tomorrow stars Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd, in which he plays a fictionalized version of himself that is currently on tour while trying to get over a breakup, and he indulges in drugs and alcohol until he comes across Jenny Ortega's character, and they have one beautiful night together until the rest of the movie just turns into a remake of Misery. I can't stress enough how much I encourage you to go watch Trey Edward Schultz's previous film, Waves. I remember watching that for the first time last year, and I just walked away from that film being really impressed by his work in that film. I found out that he's directing this film for the weekend. I'm like, okay, his filmmaking sensibilities mixed with whatever the weekend is going for with these visual videos, and because let's be real, the weekend he does have a good visual eye when it comes to his music videos, but when it comes to actual storytelling, I was really betting on this movie to prove that The Idol, which the weekend also starred in, was not a mistake. The weekend and Trey Andrew Schultz. Sorry, I keep slipping because it's three different names. But the point is, this filmmaker mixed with The Weeknd, I thought their sensibilities as artists could mix well together, but it just didn't. This could have worked, but how did I feel after seeing it? I felt absolutely nothing except three things I feel whenever I watch a modern day Tyler Perry film, and that's irritation, annoyance, and just utter disbelief. Like, to quote my boy Kev from the Real For Real podcast, like he said, this really could have been, this was basically a meeting that could have been an email. I honestly feel this way because I feel like this is just a long, overextended music video that they could have just released on streaming or whatever, but not in a movie theater. To Trey Edward Schultz's credit as a filmmaker, his filmmaking sensibilities are on display, like that 360 shot that he did in some of his previous films. It's on display here, but it's almost overused. Wise, I thought he really was going for something. The acting aside, because the acting in this film is not good. Story wise, I can see where they were going for. It started out like, a man on tour. He's going through his usual phases and he's indulging in drugs and alcohol. He's having mental breakdowns over his ex girlfriend. And then he meets a girl that changes all that. But then, like I said, the movie turns into a remake of Misery, that classic horror thriller with Kathy Bates. And their spin on that is basically having the nerve to try to explain some of the Weeknd's previous songs like Blinding Lights and Gasoline. Two of them, well, really just one of them, just being it's a song that's considered misunderstood by people, while some people love it. And I'm like, all right, I see what you're doing here, Abel. By the time I got to the end of the film, it just left me with nothing. Like, what was the point of all this? I can kind of see the point, but what was the resolution? For the weekend as an actor in this movie, I mean, hey, look, this is strike two for you, buddy. I mean, you was not good in the Idol. Now you're not good here, and I'm not even sure if I want to give you a third strike or give you a third chance, I should say. Don't get me wrong, I still love your music. Hurry Up Tomorrow. Well, first, let me also say right off the bat, I am a fan of The Weeknd. Going back to his mixtape trilogy, House of Balloons, Thursday, I really love his album Beauty Behind the Madness, which I think is probably one of my favorite albums from the past decade. Ours is one of my favorite albums from this current decade. And his latest album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, is probably one of my favorite albums from this year alone. And I think his best project. What I'm saying is, The Weeknd, you're a better performer than you are an actor. I'm sorry. Credit, it was nice hearing your album Hurry Up Tomorrow on movie theater speakers. I'll give you that. Ortega's character was fine, I guess. They really didn't give much to her character in the film other than something they set up for her at the beginning of the movie in which she sets a house on fire, and they really don't give us much beyond that. Keegan is in this movie, and he's basically the Weeknd's manager or assistant, whatever. Either way, they don't give much to him anyway. I guess he was just supposed to represent all the Weeknd's worst urges and making the Weeknd indulge in all the worst things that he could indulge in, and that's really about it to this character. The movie this, while it's not as bad and cringy as The Idol, it's still not a good movie. I was really looking forward to this one. Like I said, it left me feeling absolutely nothing. Why I'm gonna give Hurry Up Tomorrow the angry face emoji. That's it for the day. Have you seen Hurry Up Tomorrow? If so, let me know what you think in the comments section below. This is your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.